Hi, it's been a while. Um, actually, a long time. 21, as I'm saying this. I have not stopped seeing like angel numbers and like 111 and like 911, a whole lot of 911. And like, even we were driving yesterday and I kept seeing like four times, like 8, 9, 4. Like, every time I look at my time clock, whatever, my phone, it's like a different synchronicity, whatever, like 333, 444. Anyway, um, 30 seconds of talking about angel numbers. Wow, really on brand. I My eyes look so blue for some reason. I'm just realizing that. It's been a long time. I think more over than a month. Um, I'm trying to think about what happened last time because I know I wasn't doing well at all, and I think I went even worse at some point. Um, but now we're kind of doing much better, um, like much better, which is kind of nice. I also am sick, which is fine. I'm not sick. I'm getting over the sickness. I got sick on Monday after like too much activity, to be honest. But I'll recap this in a second. But I got sick on Monday, and we're now Saturday. All that's left really is just sounding like a chain smoker, which it's gotten better. But like a few days ago, I literally I woke up. I was like, oh my god, it sounds like I've smoked like for 25 years because my voice got so low. But anyway, yeah, crazy times. Two last week, Friday. I don't remember what happened. Did I have my first exam then? Wait, something happened Friday, or was it Wednesday? There was one of those days. I had my first exam, macro economics, and time went. The exam didn't study for it. I just memorized the formulas, and I think we did pretty good, honestly. And then Saturday and Sunday were two show days for me. At my dance school, they did like the end of year show, but it's like think like your average dance school end of year show, and it was like times like 25 with like Christmas lights and like I don't know, a whole lot of like fun music. It was so much fun. Everybody like gave so much of themselves in like the costumes, in the set design, like the professionalism of everything. We like, oh my god, the like attitude that these dancers had was wild. But yeah, that took up my weekend basically. A lot of like rehearsals and like practicing. Lots of people had like 15 dances to do, not maybe not 15, but like between 5 and 10, so they had to practice switching in and out of costumes. It's like it was a real show, and it was crazy. And we did a dance to Michael Jackson. I was in the Michael Jackson section, and Saturday I had a headache, so it was a bit more difficult. But Sunday, I had the time of my life. For the first time in so long, I actually felt something in my body, like felt like emotion and like adrenaline and just pure joy of being on stage and dancing and having the time of my life. I did the choreography perfectly. Whoa, choreography perfectly. My God, I'm blanking. Choreography perfectly. Why can I not say that word? Anyway, Saturday I messed up a few times, but yeah, it was a different. Saturday was not fun for me personally, just because of the headache. But Sunday was just a blast, and I walked off stage and I was like, I want to be there immediately again. But yeah, and then this whole week, I'm not sure what happened. Yes, I'm sure what happened. Okay, introduction to Tuesday. I went to go visit a music school because we've come to the conclusion that this is in fact not for me. I don't know if I said this last time, but it's official. We're not continuing this. And now I'm looking for a music school to go and study like music production and maybe like songwriting, depending on what they have. Yeah, that's kind of like really exciting. And I think it's a lot of fun and I can't wait. And also, it's getting to be much warmer. And yeah, I'm summer's here, and that just brings me pure joy. So the exams I am not at all taking seriously. I originally was not going to do them because the thought of studying for them actually depleted every single ounce of energy in my body. And I decided that I wasn't going to force myself and kill myself, basically, to do something that does not give me any kind of anything. So the conclusion I came to, instead of like not doing them, I was like, you know what? I actually like want to see what it's like. So I'm doing the whole circuit. We're doing full 9 yards, minus the study. So literally, not even kidding. I showed up to my history exam last week. No, Thursday. Friday? Wait, Thursday. I showed up and I had, I think, briefly scanned the documents, but that class, I didn't go to class all week, all year. So that's kind of, not all year. I went to a few classes, but like, that was the one I knew the least about. So that one was, I could have done better. But the first one went great, and I'm sure the other ones will go great too because I went to class, I understood the stuff. So, yeah, it's actually really interesting to see how they do it here. But anyway, so I went to go visit a music school on Tuesday. It was actually the Whistler Hilversum one, and I didn't like that location. The people were very nice. It wasn't about like people, I guess. But they were very much not turned towards the future. Like I didn't feel like there was potential and like sparkle for me. Like it felt more museum like. That's what my mom was saying, but like to me it's more like potential that just it was lacking potential for me. So I love the school still, and they have a location in Milan and Paris and Miami, but Miami's I'm not sure that's like very feasible for me. But yeah, now it's just like where do I either continue with this school and see which location I want, or I've been looking at Milan like places to stay and stuff. Because yeah, we'll see about that. But or I just find somewhere new. But I'm still like trying to find something that's like within my budget, but also within my what I want because I don't want conservatory stuff. That's very like not what I want. I'm actually right now watching the Blackpink documentary, the Light Up the Sky one, and I had watched it before, but I was like, I want to rewatch it, and the whole trainee experience is something that I'm like really craving. I not the harsh environment, obviously, but like just the fact that you're like striving towards something and you have the combination of like dance, singing, creation, performance, like it's all in one, and that's what I'm looking for. But unfortunately, aside from K-pop, there's not really anything that's with those four categories aside from like Star Academy, which is like you audition and you see. But yeah, and I'm not like I think young enough. I'm 21. Yeah, I'm not young enough to do K-pop anyway. But yeah. So that's what I'm looking for. That's the vibe right now. And I've been doing a whole lot of work on myself and on my magnetic energy, which I hate that word. I don't hate it, but it's like not the vibe. The correct description is celebrity energy, which I've been doing a lot of. Basically, it's like a course that I follow, and I've been doing a lot of like stuff on that, and it's really interesting and really fascinating. Like, yeah, it's really cool. So basically, I it's a lot of fun to experiment with. I'm currently learning how to like flip the switch, so we're still in like baby steps, but it's crazy. Even just the other day, I was walking and I noticed that the switch was off. I was like, let me flip the switch and see what happens. I flipped the switch immediately. The little girl in front of me that was walking flips around and stares at me. And then like 3, 4 people that were like on the other side of the street like turn. It's fascinating for me to see. And I was listening to Lady Gaga who was talking about how she studied fame. And I was like, this is like fascinating to me. And something like I really like that's what I'm doing now is I'm studying fame and I find that so fascinating. And yeah, I hesitated to say something on here about that because it can be like badly viewed, and people see it as like vain or like whatever. But I think it's a big part of what I'm doing right now, and I want to be honest about how I'm doing things. Um, and also, I don't think it's vain. I think basically fame is just a resource, and you can use that to do a lot of great things and make a real impact. And I think it's just the willingness to be that voice and to like want to make the impact. And yeah, so I don't think it's vain for anybody watching, but I don't think it is. I know it's not. Um, of course, it can be done in a vain way, like, you know, there's a spectrum for everything, but I don't think the thing itself is vain. Anyway, um, so that's been my current study. While looking for a music school, I actually wrote a song was it last night? No, no, 2 nights ago. Right? Yeah. Last night, yesterday, not last night, yesterday, I went and I saw all of my, basically my peers, my class graduate without me. No, but I went to go like support my friends and be there for their graduation. And it also happened to be where I went to school, like for a year and a half, however many years ago. So it was like really interesting for me to see everybody graduate and to be like, I'm not doing that. And I was kind of like, in the beginning, I was a little bit like, should I have done this? Like more in a fear mode of like, oh my God, like I actually did that. And like, oh my God. But then by the end of it, it was a grieving process. By the end of the ceremony, I was like, you know what? This is actually just not me. Like it isn't. And like, it's not that it's bad or that it's like good or whatever. It's just like that's their path. It's just not mine, and that's okay. And they were saying like, you know, so and so is going to go do a master's in this, and I was like, thank God I'm not one of them. Like just for me, just for like my happiness and my like fulfillment. It just yeah. I think it's very interesting thing to go through. I've also had quite the obsession with Addison Rae. That has not stopped. Her album came out 2 weeks ago already, or last week, the 6th, last week. And I love it so much. I have not stopped playing it. I love, love, love Fame is a Gun, not Gum. Fame is a Gun. I'd still love Aquamarine. New York is just amazing. I love all of the first singles she did, and also Times Like These. And In the Rain is so good. Yeah, I really like that one. They're all vibes. I think the only ones that I like a bit less, and I still haven't figured out why, is Summer Forever. Parts of it I like, but parts of it I'm like, meh. It gets kind of repetitive, maybe. I'm not sure. I still haven't figure that one out, and maybe it'll grow on me, who knows. That one and Money is Everything are a little harder for me, and obviously the interludes, I kind of Lost and Found was nice, but it kind of like went over my head. And Life's No Fun Through Clear Waters I think is a good interlude. And but I also like kind of, once you heard it like a few times, I'll listen to the album fully, but like yeah, I'm not I wouldn't like go and purposefully listen to it, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. It's actually so exciting right now for me. I feel excited and like hopeful, but not, I still have that same like stable numbness, I guess. But I haven't gone to like euphoria yet because, and I think that's good. I think we're getting to like a stable, we were doing this a lot, and I think we're like slowly doing this, which I think is nice. But yeah, the other day, actually, maybe it was like a few weeks ago, I did a mind map of like reasons I love to be like me. And I'm not going to go through all of them because whatever, but like Um, yeah, it was a really fun thing to do, and I'm realizing these last few weeks like just how much it's gonna sound like whatever, but like how cool I am. But like I've lived so long hating myself and being so insecure about who I was, and I think it's really nice like these last few months to be like, oh wait, like I love this about me and I love that about me, and like you know I think like this is really cool that I do, or I love the way I reacted in this scenario and whatever. I think it's a lot of fun. Um, but yeah, and let's see what else. Today I did a self-defense class, which was a lot of fun. I was almost passing out that first like 15 minutes. They had us do like push like basically like these big heavy punching bags like but like push them like with our legs and then with like the back like our back. I don't know. It was really confusing. But yeah. And also we did a bit of running in the beginning and I wasn't out of breath until like the end, and I thought, you know what? I actually this summer like want to do the whole 5K training thing because I like running, and it's nice to because I was thinking back basically to like a few years ago when I wouldn't have been able to run more than a minute without being like completely out of breath. And I was like fine until like the very last loop around the room that we did today. And it was more than a minute for sure. Um, yeah, probably around like, I don't remember how long, but yeah. So that's a lot of fun. And then something else that happened is I think I maybe, but I'm still unsure. I think I'm maybe going vegan. Basically, I've had a hard time like killing flies. It's gonna sound really dumb. Usually, people I know at least, a fly will come and like bother them, and they're like okay, and they just kill it. Or like a mosquito, they'll kill it. And I've been having a really hard time for the past few months just doing that because, or I'll do it instinctually, and then I'm like, what makes you think that your life is more important than theirs? Like it doesn't make sense. And the other week, I landed on a like a lot of like social media posts on I'll call it like vegan awareness, but it's basically like where they talk about how animals are treated and kind of the whole like life thing like an animal, and I sat there and I was like I don't think I can like physically stomach eating anything again. So I for sure think that I'm going vegetarian. I think that's I was vegetarian for a long time when I was little, but yeah, I don't think it's for me. But I'm also like my grandmother was just telling me, yeah, we'll go and have fish and chips, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't think that's yeah. It's like it's difficult to I don't want to put a label on myself again and then just like in 2 months be like, oh well, guess what, guys? I'm actually fully carnivore now. I think I'm just scared of that, but I'm also like I just whether I put a label on it or not, I'm not really tempted at all by it. Yeah, but anyway, I recorded something, but it did not record. So vegan is happening, and then I was saying that these next few weeks I basically have a lot of just exams, a few more, and then the whole festival thing, and then I get to go and travel. But yeah, and I want to I don't want to say goal because that often comes in from a place of like lack or fear. So I want to figure out how to like figure that out. But I want to I I would love to get the ball rolling before I leave and to have my next semester planned so that I can fully enjoy my summer. So that's my goal for the end of June. But yeah, and then I was telling you guys, the Addison Rae album signed arrived at my grandmother's. I can't wait to see it. And I was telling you guys how I bought new Korean products because I find that self-care, it's like makes me feel luxurious, and I don't care about like cars or like expensive housing or like whatever, but like this makes me feel good, you know? So I had gotten the ground rice and honey glow mask and the red bean refreshing pore mask from the Beauty of Joseon, because I can't pronounce it, brand. And I think this one makes me break out, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so we'll see. But I got a new order. One that is quite large compared to the last one. So I'll show you. This is the Iunic Propolis Vitamin Eye Cream that I used during the both days of my dance show where I had to take off my makeup every night, so I put this after. And the lady who recommended eye cream to me told me to do it like a few times a week for the first few weeks to like get my eyes used to it. So I stopped using it, but I'll use it again tonight. But it was pretty good. It didn't make me break out too much, I think. At all, I think. I got the eye patches, which I've been dying to try. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this, but it's the Black Tea Tide Reverse Eye Patch. And it's a really interesting packaging. This is the brand. And I kind of love it. You like open it and they're black. Well, they're kind of, yeah. Huh? Oh my God, wait. Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta wait. I was not intending on dripping it. 1 second. At least I'll get some eye mask stuff on me. But I've been loving this. And it leaves this like glow on your face. And literally, I'm not even kidding, people stared. They stared the few, like on the mornings after, like Sunday morning, I remember I used this. And I went to a party. That's what I did. I went to a party Friday night. So it was a few nights in a row, late nights and whatever, which is why I got sick. But anyway, I used these in the morning and you can even see it. This glow, it stays. Anyway, then I got the unique, same brand as eye cream. I got the Tea Tree Relief Serum, which I also used after taking off my makeup. And I really like this. I should start using it again. I don't know why I stopped. Liked that a lot. And then I just tried this. Did I try it this morning? No, I tried it yesterday. The same Beauty of Joseon thing, but it's the Relief Sun Rice and Probiotic SPF 50 sunscreen. I loved this. I was so nervous it was going to be heavy and oily. This lady had me again today after my red light therapy thing, which I really liked. She had me, she was like, you can try any products. And I was like, do you have something like light SPF? She was like, oh, we have a mist. So I sprayed on myself. I walk out of there and I was like going like this. And I was like, why is it oily and sticky and gross? Like, I hate that feeling. This does not have that. And that, I tell you, brought me so much joy. Love this. So this is my staple for the summer. And let's pray it doesn't make me break out. I've used it once, it hasn't yet. So then I got a duo of a gel cleanser and an oil cleanser. I currently have 2 that I'm trying to finish, but yeah, we'll see. The gel cleanser is a low pH Good Morning one. As you can tell, I haven't opened it yet because I'm still trying to finish the last one. And then the oil one is the Anua Heartleaf, whatever, it's the famous one, pore cleanser. I think cleansing oil mild. There was 2 versions, and I don't remember which version I got. I think this is the pore control cleansing oil mild. I'm not sure then if this is the light one or not. I think this is the regular one because I was like, we're going to try that. But anyway, those were my products that I bought. I've also been loving this. I saw somebody use it at the hopefully this doesn't affect the audio. I saw somebody using this at the dance show that I did, and I was like, spotted. Yeah. Okay, it's getting really dark, and I think this doesn't help much. It actually does. But yeah, I'm going to continue watching my Blackpink documentary and do skincare and then go to bed and try and not die of heat like I did last night. But yeah, I'm glad I got to film again and that I have energy to do this. It's really nice to be in this place again. And actually in a better place because I'm more stable. But yeah. Okay. Bye. And hopefully a new video will be out before the next 3 months. Okay. Bye.